Good morning everyone and welcome to the Community Services Committee for the 9th of July. I welcome the council members, other councillors sitting in, staff, media and members of the public. Good morning to you all. I call for apologies. There are none. Does the councillor have any extraordinary business they wish to bring up? No. Any declarations of interest? We've got the community, now item 4, we've got the Community Services Committee minutes of the 12th of March, and there's page 3 and page 4. Everyone happy with those? Do I have a mover and a seconder for those? Carol, Councillor Cameron, Councillor Rawlinson.
It'll say Falloon, but it's me.
I got you. Hear you, John Falloon. It's all right. I'll tell him that when he comes in. So all those in favour, the minutes be received, please say aye. Aye. Those against, carried. Now move on to the minutes of the Ashburton Youth Council. On the agenda, they're page 5, page 6. Do I have a mover that they be received? Councillor Lovett, Councillor Brahm. Councillor Brahm, you wish to speak? Oh, sorry. Thank you. All those in favour that the minutes be received of the Youth Council, please say aye. Aye. Those against, carried. Now move on to agenda item 6, which is the Welcoming Communities Accreditation. And is this in the hands of Janice or Bevan? Bevan, welcome.
Thank you. Yes, Janice is on leave. I don't think there's anything really to add unless there's any questions.
Councillor Cameron.
Thank you for the report, and I've read the report. I'm just interested in a few things. When we go through the accreditation stage, is that a stepwise thing? Was there any hope for us to go from committed welcoming to advanced welcoming, or did we have to stop in the middle and go to established welcoming?
Yes, you have to go through the steps. Yeah.
Because when I read how to get to established advanced welcoming, it just seems to be carry on doing what you're doing and a bit more and more of the same.
Yeah, and catch up on the things that you weren't quite there with in the in the step below.
And I think when I read the comment on engaging, they're talking about Facebook and things. I can't remember what paragraph it was now. It was interesting because they said they didn't really say any other suggestions, but they still only gave you the middle step. So I thought that was.
Yes, and Janice is excellent in making sure that those communication channels are dealt with.
Yeah. I mean, I'm following them. I think she does a lot. She's quite,
Councillor Lovett.
I'm just going to ask about the cost of this, getting through the next stages. Is it, what is it, the cost of this one on the council? Is, of all these events and different stages we have to go through?
The costs are part of what we do because when it comes to a lot of the events, we are including migrant parts to all the events we're doing, and we're making sure that they are part of that. As far as accreditation is concerned, it's part of what Janice does on a daily basis, and so there is no apparent increase in costs as far as council is concerned because it's inside our normal events, or they're events being run by the migrant community themselves.
Okay, further questions? Mr. Rickaby, thank you very much.
Just one question.
Oh, sorry, Mr. Mayor.
There's suggestions there, areas of improvement. Are they just suggestions that you'll do, or just suggestions that you'll take on board?
Suggestions we'll take on board, and yes.
Thank you.
Okay. Further questions? Do I have a mover and a seconder that the report be received? Councillor Cameron,
It is me.
Councillor Diane, thank you. All those in favour, please say aye. Aye. Those against, carried. We now come to item 7, the Economic Development Quarterly Report. And this was an item of the news after the last council meeting where I talked about the ad in the paper and the first paragraph that was on the website. There is more to it than that, and I would now like to hand over to the Chief Executive. I think he may wish to make some comments. Chief Executive.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Through you, I do just want to reflect on the consideration that was given to this role in the last couple of weeks, and apologise for the advertisement in the paper, which was perhaps a little simplistic and didn't necessarily encompass the full gamut of this role, and may have left the wrong impression for councillors and members of the public. And we have since tried to clarify that. We've had good support from the media in terms of publishing the further explanations, and I have sent those explanations to councillors in the last week. And I think at its heart, this role is around collecting information from a wide range of sources in the agricultural sector, including the likes of Lincoln University and MPI, with the economic development lens first and foremost. So looking for projects that will enhance the economy of Mid-Canterbury on into the future, based of course on our primary sector, which is agriculture, with a view to what might the future look like for agriculture, and trying to isolate and encourage projects that might benefit from further investment from the Provincial Growth Fund. And that is the role, and I regret that the earlier advertisement didn't fully give that impression and got us off sort of on slightly the wrong foot. But this is a program too that is from Kaikoura, Huranui, Waimak, Timaru and us in a joint kind of worked up initiative. So it's very much a Canterbury regional approach, and is linked very much to Christchurch, New Zealand's Food and Fibre program, and trying to take the learnings and make practical applications for our economy from the work that's being done in that space. So hopefully that better explains the role, Mr. Chair, but open to any questions if they remain.
Mr. Chief Executive, can I please thank you for the further explanation and the words before that. Thank you for that. Any other questions before we go on to the report? Councillor Rawlinson.
Thank you. Just a question to Hamish. Thank you for that explanation, Hamish. Through that region you stated, how many of these officers are going to be appointed? One for each region, or
I
one or
just
two covering the
refer
lot?
to Bevan. I think there's one region is combined, is it not?
Yeah, there is, excuse me, there is two portfolio advisors doing different jobs. So the one who is based in the north of Christchurch is doing a project around tourism, and the one that's based here is doing the farm-related, agricultural-related project.
Cool, thank you.
Further questions? Comments? Can I have a mover and seconder that the report be received, please? Councillor Brown, Councillor Rawlinson. Further discussion or comment? All those in favour, please, the report be received, please say aye. Aye. Those against, carried. We now move into, we do the public excluded now or later? We have to do it now, don't we?
Yes, it has to be part of this meeting.
Has to be part of this meeting. Okay, do I have a mover and seconder that business transacted with public excluded and that we go into committee? Councillor Brahm, Councillor Lovett, all those in favour, please say aye. Aye. Those against, carried. The first item is item 8, that the COVID-19 Economic Recovery Advisory Group, sorry,